Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Emmanuel Arts. I am your crafty host Priyanka. Today I am going to show you a DIY Christmas greeting card. It is a very simple and easy card. You do not require any fancy stamps, any fancy dies to make this card. All you need is some scrapbooking paper, white cardstock, and vellum paper or parchment paper. So I'll show you the card. The card looks like this. This is what we are going to make today. I hope the camera and the lighting is picking up the vellum design on the vellum paper. So this is what we are going to make, and as I mentioned, no stamps, no dies, just plain scrapbooking paper and parchment paper. So the papers that you will require for making this card are, this is a green color scrapbooking paper I took out from Recollection 6x6 scrapbook, and I used it to make the Christmas trees. Then you will need a parchment paper or vellum paper. The parchment paper is a little thicker than the vellum, so you both works the same. It's not much difference, it's just the thickness is different, so you can use any that is available with you. I got this scrapbooking paper from Joanne. I used it for the background and it says snow, snowflakes, and some other winter wordings. Then this cute snowman scrapbooking paper I found again at Joann's, and I cut out two snowmans to make embellishments for my card. To give the card some wordings and Merry Christmas words, I took this scrapbooking paper and I took out this small Merry Christmas right here in the bottom, as you can see, and embellished it onto my card. Also for the base you will need a Nina white cardstock, 140 pounds. So this is what you will require for the papers. The tools that you will need are some foam tape, adhesive tape, a pair of scissors, some perforating tool, it's like a needle. Usually they use this tool in parchment craft. I am going to upload the basics of parchment craft soon on my channel, so please keep a lookout for that. I have some special ball tools for the parchment craft, but if you do not have these special tools, you can always go ahead and use the nail art ball tools or even the polymer clay ball tool. So these are for the embossing, and the perforating is for the perforation of the parchment paper. The other items that you will require are rhinestones. These are self-adhesive rhinestones that I found at Dollar Tree, and they are approximately 500 in a packet. This is a perforating mat, or you can use a thick foam sheet to perforate on your parchment paper. And you will need an embossing mat to emboss the picture onto the parchment paper. So these are all the materials that you will require to make this card. So now let's jump into the tutorial and enjoy this beautiful and easy greeting card. Before we begin the tutorial, this is the embossing folder that I used to emboss on my parchment paper. It is a snowman embossing folder from Darius, and I also found this at Joanne. So now let's get into the tutorial. To begin with the tutorial, the first thing that I did was I took the vellum paper or the parchment paper. If you do not have parchment paper, you can take vellum, and ran it through my embossing, ran it with my embossing folder into my Cuttlebug, and it embossed this design. The next step is that I wanted to give it a little more embossing, so I took my embossing mat, flipped the embossed part on the back side, took my ball tool and just embossed whatever areas I wanted to emboss. So like I wanted to emboss this part, I'll just rub it over the hat and rub it hard so that it will emboss on the other side and it will darken in color. The next step after embossing the details that I wanted to, I took my perforating tool. If you do not have a perforating tool, you can obviously use any needle, a very thin needle, but I think this would be the best. And all I did was I went around, that too I did on the back side, so I just went around the buttons as such. And added a few details around on the card, just to give it a little more impact and make it more stand out just than the plain embossing. So as you can see, with the perforating, I did all the snowman buttons and the mufflers and the hats, and I even did perforation around the stars or snowflakes and the snow down here. The next step for this is that I took 8.5 by 11 cardstock and folded in half, and then I took this paper from a cardstock. All the materials will be listed down in the description below. I cut this at the size of 8 by 4 and 8 by 5, and then I'm just going to stick it with my this tape adhesive, and just add enough so that it sticks properly. Okay. And I'm going to center this onto my card base right here, and making sure that all the sides have equal border. Okay. After this, I'm going to add my vellum onto the onto this cardstock that I just stuck. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape adhesive right around here and there on the paper. You do not want to add too much, just here and there a little bit, so that it sticks, and make sure that you're adding it on all sides so it sticks properly. Okay, and I think that should be enough, and I'm just going to stick it right here into the center. Okay, and this is what it looks like after I stuck it onto the paper. The next step is I have these green Christmas trees. I've cut them in half from the center. I've done two separate designs. I took a cardstock, it's a very thin scrapbooking paper actually, and then I drew the Christmas tree on two different designs of Christmas tree and cut them in half from the center. And I'm just going to take my tape runner and stick these onto my card directly. I'm not going to give it any dimension. I'm just going to stick it on both the sides of the card, so right here. And then I'll take this one and I'm going to stick it on top here, right here. Okay, so I stuck both the Christmas tree on each side of my vellum, and then this one I've stuck a little higher. Do not worry about the balance, because I'm going with the next step, it's going to cover the Christmas tree. So what I did was I had a cardstock which had these cute snowmen, and I fuzzy cut them out from the cardstock, and I added foam tape on the back, And all I'm going to do is to give it dimension, I added foam tape. So I'm just going to peel off the backing paper from the foam tape. Okay. Okay, it's giving me a hard time right now while I'm shooting. Obviously it has to give me a hard time while I'm shooting the video. Well, it always comes off easily, but right now, because I need to get this done, it wouldn't come off. I will go ahead and remove the backing for these foam tapes and come right back. So we are back after the small interruption, and I have finally managed to remove all the backing for my foam tape. So I'm going to take this fuzzy cut snowman and attach it or place it down here, a little on the parchment paper and a little outside the parchment, so it looks as a part of it. And then I'm going to take the other one right here and do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay. So I also wanted to mention that if you do not have Cuttlebug and the embossing folder, you can always go ahead and draw your own design on a piece of paper, and on drawing on a piece of paper, and then you can draw this on the vellum with the mapping pen, and it's a part of parchment craft, which I'm going to upload the basics of parchment crafting soon, so you will get all the details on how to make this part, the embossing part, without the use of Cuttlebug and embossing folders. So keep a watch out for that. Also, now after that we have done this, I took this out from one of the card scrapbooking paper that I found at Joann's, and I just cut the Merry Christmas out, and I'm going to place it right here in between the two snowmen and onto the vellum. So stick it down properly, press properly and stick it down, and then just to give it a little bit of bling, I'm going to take these two white rhinestones and add on top of each Christmas tree as a star. So this is the Christmas card, this is the completed Christmas card. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this simple Christmas card without the use of stamps and dies. Also subscribe to my channel for more DIY crafting ideas. I will soon be uploading another DIY Christmas card, so keep a lookout for that, and do subscribe to my channel for an update in your recommended videos. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a good day. Thank you. Hey guys, it's me again. So the t-shirt that I was wearing today for my tutorial, it is this piece t-shirt that I made it with self-adhesive rhinestones, and if you would like to make your own customized t-shirts, please go check out my link for my embellishment t-shirts. I will have it in the description box below. Please give me a thumbs up, and also share my tutorials with your friends and family if you like them. And again, please subscribe to my channel for more DIY and crafty videos. Thank you so much. Bye bye.